Guys, and welcome back to another Pushing Polygons. Today we are talking about Horizon 2 Forbidden West, Horizon Forbidden West, Horizon 2 FW, or just Forbidden West if that's what you prefer to call the game. We're going to unbox the Collector's Edition 2 here. We are going to compare it against this Aloy statue, which was from the Collector's Edition for the first game. And we're going to maybe put it together because there is some assembly required with this collector's edition. But guys, before we bust into this, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It'll get the video out to more people on YouTube. And if you like this video or like more content on Horizon Forbidden West, please leave a comment down below and or subscribe to this channel, and do ding that bell. It'll let you know when more content goes up online. But with that being said, let's go ahead and let's get into it. So we're going to pop this open here. And this is kind of a second take, so some of you may have noticed that this was a little bit popped in the intro. It's because the audio for the video wasn't quite there where it needed to be, and the video itself is a little janky. So I had to start over with this video, just in case you guys noticed that. Because I notice you guys out there on the YouTube do notice quite a few things. And so as we're taking this off, I'm going to do a quick spin around the front box, and then we'll do a quick spin around the rear box here. Okay. And so with the front box, what you have, there we go. And so with the front box, what you have is the triangular design. You have the title, of course, on top, and then you have the contents in the back. Now, the cardboard on this piece, similar to other Sony PlayStation cardboard as it stands right now, kind of flimsy. If you're not careful, you will easily rip this. So do be careful, but I do like the design, and I do like the triangular look of the grid that is on the box from use, like with the focus. So, and then of course you have the Horizon symbol there, and I believe it's the Razor Tusk symbol right there. So that's a nice little addition, little flair to the box. And then with this box here, of course, on the side of the box, you have the title, or excuse me, that's the top of the box, not the side of the box. So on the top of the box, you have the title, and then you have this lovely artwork all around the box, and this is of the San Francisco region in the game. And then, of course, you have Aloy here on this side of the box, and then some of the other machines that are enemies in the game. So I do like the fact that it's a nice bright blue, so if you actually kind of want to display this box closed by itself, you could, because the figurine does have a stand. We have the Razor Tusk right here. And as I was saying before, so this is going to be in a plastic piece. There are going to be some directions with that. I believe they were left in the other box. Maybe they fell onto the floor here, but we'll look at that in just a minute. The box here, nice artist rendering. You can use this as a stand, and it also comes with the extras in a drawer. So there is the art book here, and there is the steelbook. The steelbook does have codes in it. There are no discs in this edition. And then we're going to sit down here and we are going to take apart this piece of plastic so we can compare it with alloy. I would recommend being careful. The pieces can be loose. I did look at this a little bit, but there we go, with that coming off. And we have the razor tusk here, and there's 2 additional pieces. So before we get to putting it together, so you guys can really see this really well. So this is the primary statue of Aloy, again from the first collector's edition, and then this is the razor tusk. So equally, this, of course, this is being an animal, this is going to be a bit bigger than she is, but both are on a, you know, sort of scene. They're out in the wild. And I kind of liked how the fact that they gave them both bases. This one's a snowy base. This one, of course, a grassy outcropping, I guess, if you will. Rocky. Now, as far as the feel of this, don't expect anything much different than the Aloy statue. It's a little rubbery. So it's an okay quality, but if Sony really wanted to step it up, and of course this would increase the cost of any collector's edition or regalia edition or whatever they wanted to call it in the future, is they could really do something with a polystone. I think that would really be a nicer addition, although it could create complications in shipping. They could get broken, extra care is going to be taken, and of course polystone statues do cost a lot more, so that would definitely up the cost of any collector's edition. But maybe they could do something super special, a limited run, if you will, and it should be limited run if it's a collector's edition anyway. But some people have shown that they do prefer premium products, and so that could be an option if somebody wanted something a little more extravagant, if you will. So again, we got the razor tusk here. Very rubberized. The detail on this, and I will zoom in on this here in a few minutes, as you also get a zoom in on this collector's edition, is the detail is really pretty good on this statue. This leg here is slightly movable. I really wouldn't move it too much, but you do have maybe about 3 degrees of movement on the leg. Again, just in fear of breaking it, I wouldn't move it too much. And again, we have these pieces that go on the tusk or the thing itself. So these most likely get connected up here. Whoa, as I drop that on the floor. Okay, guys, so I finally have it all together, and I'm not going to show you the actual process to put it together, as I had a little trouble. One thing, if you do get this collector's edition, I would like to note that on the left side of my left, your right, on the left side of the razor tusk, the arm actually has a joint right up near where you go to push it into the main body of the statue. That joint does sometimes, it'll bend and it will cause some issues when you're trying to put this together. But this is what it looks like when it's fully assembled. You see the black trunk here, and then you have the razors coming out of the side of the head. And then, of course, you have the tusks down here. On the back, on the side of the body, of course, you have the armor. And then as well on the other side of the body, as I showed you earlier in the video. Now, I'm going to get these set up, especially with this little Aloy statue as well. So we're going to compare the big Aloy statue, this, and the Razor Tusk next. So stick with me, and I'll be right back with you in just a minute. So here you can see the Razor Crest. I keep wanting to call this thing the Razor Crest. I think it's because I've been watching too much Mandalorian. But here you see the Razor Tusk on the spin table here. And I'm zooming in so you can get a better look at some of the detail on this thing. We're going to go in a little bit closer. And you can see that the detail, they really did take their time. And of course, this is the tundra there down at the bottom. You see the armor plating on the side. Then you can see the tusk. Now, this would be the side of the Razor Tusk that I warned you about, with the little joint on the head. The tusk, of course, attaches in the middle. And in person, the camera's making the tusk look darker than it actually is. But otherwise, I would say that the tusk and the other pieces complement it just nicely. Now, before we actually do get over to the next statue, I just wanted to zoom in a little bit more so you guys definitely could make out the finer detail on the statue. Again, we're coming around the side. There's the trunk. And then, of course, there's the armor on the other side. Okay, so let's change out our statue here, and we will be ready to go with the next piece. Okay, guys, so you can see here, this is the Aloy big statue from the first game, and the detailing on the statue is pretty impressive considering the size of the statue. So between the Razor Tusk and the Aloy statue, I would definitely say that whoever Guerrilla Games is working with has really kept up the consistency and quality. The only thing that I can really say I don't like is the fact that it's very rubberized, and maybe you have to put together the Razor Tusk, again, with the biggest issue, of course, being that bendable joint. Otherwise, the detailing on these is fantastic. The color is fantastic. The set top piece, of course, is fantastic. Now, maybe you're going to want to put these two statues next to each other, but of course, if you do want to keep the sense of scale and the sense of size when looking at this, what we're going to do last but not least is we are going to look at the little miniature statue that they included with the game and see if the detail holds up even on something that small. Okay, guys, so this one's going to be a little tough because the figurine is really small, and already to capture this, I'm using a 250 millimeter lens. I don't have a macro lens really to get that close to it. I mean, maybe a 300 millimeter lens could do the job. I don't know, but I don't have access to one. So this is what I'm able to put up at this time. And the coloring on this is still nice. I definitely think it keeps with the aesthetic of the larger statue. The coloring on it, I would say, is actually a bit warmer by looking at it, and again, it probably is going to be warmer considering the setting of Forbidden West. As being out west is a hotter sun, a more tungsten sun. So you're definitely, or at least that's the environment that they're trying to create. So definitely a much warmer color tint on this figurine. Again, very, very tiny to keep with the size of the Razor Tusk. But for me personally, as you guys have seen in a lot of my scenes, and as you saw when I was putting this together, I do have a backdrop that's behind me with the PlayStation light. The Razor Tusk and Aloy may end up going up there so that I can kind of keep the PlayStation motif going, if you will. It'll, of course, be next to Darth Malgus and a little paper picture of Grogu, or Baby Yoda, as everybody else knows him from The Mandalorian, so I can, have just kind of a nice setup in the background. I'm still debating. Let me know in the comments below, guys. Do you think I should use that blue backdrop that the Razor Tusk came with to set it up? I would love to know what your guys' thoughts are on that. But with that being said, guys, again, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed the look at the unboxing of the collector's edition of Horizon Forbidden West. Again, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And let me know what you're enjoying about the game in the comments below. I love to have conversations with you guys on multiple topics in a video. And with all being said, guys, thank you for watching. Take care of each other, and I will see you in the next video.